Hey guys, a while back, a friend of mine was saying, Tyler, you never go anywhere. Well, I have this box in my room. It's called it used to be a pencil box, then it became more of my stencil box. But all the stencil boxes, state highways that I have been on. Then I got told recently that you screwed up on that one that you wrote. The Lincoln Highway. I've been on Lincoln Highway. It's the longest U.S. highway. No, what are you talking about? Well, okay, there's Route 66 goes from Chicago to L.A. Okay, that's one. There's also the Lincoln Highway that starts in San Francisco that goes to Times Square in New York City. Really? Yes, the actually longest highway right now in the world is the Lincoln Highway, which would be classified now as like, I don't know, Iowa 80 or something. I mean, I don't know much about Route 66. Like, I know that the 40 took part of Route 66. I mean, I do know for a fact, I heard that the 40 did take a good chunk of Route 66 away. Now, I've been on Route 66 in Chicago, Illinois, next to the Sears Tower. The Sears Tower actually is right next to Route 66. Okay, if you ever go to the Sears Tower or the whatever tower that's called now, the Willis Tower, between the Willis Tower and McDonald's, okay, there's a road right there. That road is actually Route 66. Okay? And then there's also the Lincoln Highway, which is actually Lincoln Way in Indiana. Now, I've been on Lincoln Highway tons of times. I didn't know it was called Lincoln Highway until a couple years later. I found out, okay, it's called Lincoln Highway. Which Lincoln Highway is pretty cool. Find out that's the longest highway in the U.S. It's before I-80 even existed. It started in Times Square, New York. It actually starts in California and goes into Times Square, New York. Now, this is actually pretty cool. Back in the day, back in the 20s or the 30s, okay, 3 Boy Scouts went the whole length of the Lincoln Highway. And that's pretty cool. Okay, I see 2 engines. And over the years, people saying that's the longest highway. Now, the Lincoln Highway was actually, like the Route 66, was not, Route 66 and Lincoln Highway were not only not documented, okay? In a future date, we will do a video on the Lincoln Highway and Route 66 in a future date. There's tons of videos on YouTube about this, and I actually have known about this for a few months now. I have been planning on it, but starting next year, or later on this year, I mean, right now it's December, so who knows, maybe this year or next year, I might do some videos on the Lincoln Highway or Route 66. I'm not sure yet. Now, I've been on both for years, so who knows? Who really knows? But you live here most of your life, you know about Lincoln Highway. There's also a segment there actually is a segment if you go to the Studebaker Museum in Indiana, if you go to the Studebaker Museum in South Bend, Indiana, there's a whole segment, okay, at the Studebaker Museum about the Lincoln Highway. Not kidding. There's a whole segment. So, yeah. I gotta go now. I gotta make lunch in a bit. But yeah, there's a whole segment about the Lincoln Highway at the Studebaker Museum in South Bend. If I get a chance to go there again, I will go there again and document this. And actually, I'll be bringing 3 cameras with me if I do that. I'll be bringing like 3 cameras. 3 cameras, Tyler? Yeah, the GoPros and this camera I'm using right now. Camera 1 I can't use this. Camera 1 doesn't have no batteries. This is technically a camera I bring. Camera 5. But eventually I might do that. I mean, I went there 2 times so far. First time I went there with someone, and the second time I went with someone. I need to go up there again. Third time, I need to go up there again. Third time, who knows? Third time might be better. First time I went there, I mean, actually I've been there 3 times technically. I went to the old one once, went to the new one twice. Once with my uncle, then once with my grandfather. That was a couple years ago. If I do get a chance to, I'd like to go back to the Studebaker Museum again, yes, and actually document it. I mean, next time, if I get a chance to go to museums again, I bring cameras now to document them. I mean, this is before I even had a cell phone. I mean, I didn't have a camera. I wish I brought a camera at that time. But I'm a dying breed. I still use film, so yeah. Heck, I wouldn't mind bringing a Polaroid if I could do that. I'd bring a Polaroid with me. But yeah, army stuff. They even have like a little army museum down in the bottom, the basement. In the basement, they have a little army museum. I'm not kidding. Top floor, they had some more cars. Bottom floor, they had the ground floor, and then the bottom floor, they had the army stuff. They show a picture of an original Jeep and a Hummer. But eventually, I'd like to go back to the Studebaker Museum maybe next year, or sometime this year. Maybe go back to the Studebaker Museum next year. Maybe, who knows? I do want to go back to the Studebaker Museum eventually, sometime, to get you guys some footage of it, because it was a good place to go. So who knows? We might go out to the Studebaker Museum maybe. Who knows? Thanks.